Howdy guys, Ponchato here, and today I just wanted to give you a quick channel update and let you know about a few upcoming videos. First though, I wanted to thank you since we just hit 1,000 total views on the channel like in the last couple of days. Thank you so much for supporting me, subscribing, watching my videos. You guys are the reason I get to do this. So on to the upcoming videos. I have a few in the pipeline regarding fans. What you need to know about bearing types, which fans are best, how to control fan speeds, how to make a noisy computer quiet, and reviving old bearings. I'm pretty sensitive to noise, so I've done a lot of research into fans and how to make your computer quieter, and in fact right now my desktop is only barely louder than the background noise in this room. So I hope I'll be able to help some people quiet their computers down and understand a bit more about computer cooling and what works and what doesn't. Along those same lines, I'll be doing a couple videos on cable management, both for your desk and cable management for your computer. Better cable management reduces the amount of dust caught in your PC, reduces temperatures, allows you to run fans at a lower RPM so it's quieter, and makes it easier to clean when it's time to kick the dust out. So sadly, my old Radeon HD 5770 recently bit the dust, so I had to replace it. In its place, I got an MSI R7 250 2GB, which is a card that doesn't require any PCIe 6 or 8-pin power connectors. That's awesome for my desktop since I have a modular power supply and right now only have one SATA power cable connected, so I can keep the inside really neat. I'll be running a few benchmarks on it to see if it's a reasonable, low-budget card. I think I paid about $40 for it. And you may be asking, why did you get a lower mid-range card from 2 generations ago? The answer to that is this. I've been planning this for a while now and finally got all the components together for my budget sleeper build. I call it a sleeper because it'll be jammed into this case for my childhood computer. Right now this thing's rocking a 2.4 GHz Pentium 4, 80GB hard drive, 1GB of DDR, yeah just DDR, and a Radeon X1600 Pro running on an AGP slot. It's pretty likely most of you have never even heard of AGP, but basically that's what came before PCI Express. I've already done a few tests on fan speed and this thing idles at like 60 decibels. It's crazy loud, but the guts still work, so I may shove them in a cardboard box and run some benchmarks to see how far we've come since 2006. Onto the sleeper build components. It'll be based on the ASRock B150M Pro 4V LGA1151 Micro ATX motherboard, powered by a RAID Max RX 500 XT 500W power supply, and since it's a super budget build, 4GB of DDR4 2133 from Team Elite. I'll be using the Samsung 1TB hard drive that I took out of my main desktop, since it's still in good health and that gives a ton of space for games. The processor is an Intel G4400 using the Skylake architecture with 2 cores and 2 threads, a 3.3 GHz clock speed, and 3 MB of L3 cache. That'll be cooled by a Deepcool GAMX 400 with blue LEDs. And finally, the graphics. I picked up an Asus RX 460 2GB with a dual fan cooler. The nice thing about this card is it doesn't need a PCIe power connector, which makes cable management just a little bit easier. In total, after rebates, shipping, and taxes, I spent about $240 on these parts, and in the build video, I'll go over what I would have gotten if I also needed a case and a hard drive or SSD. In addition, I'll go into detail as to why I chose each component so I can shed some light if you're wondering why I picked each part. I'm super stoked to put it all together and start running some benchmarks for you guys, and I recently picked up Battlefield 1 and Deus Ex Human Revolution, so I'll be running some mainstream graphics benchmarks as well, and hopefully give you a good indication of the price to performance for this build. If you like having channel updates like this one, hit the like button. If the stuff I've talked about sounds interesting, hit subscribe, and if you have any questions or suggestions for topics you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys again for 1,000 views. Here's to 10K, and I'll see you in the next video.